Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. I am excited for this yoga, for this live today, because we are going to do a different kind of yoga than we've done before. And I think it's something that's going to resonate a lot with really everyone in the world and everyone watching. So I'm really excited for today. Well, let's get started. Woo, I'm feeling it this morning, you guys. We are going to be answering questions this whole live show. How do you get through a day? To me, it smells like a very light kind of pine scent. So if you've been wanting to get one of these drop shop items, we are just going to have lots of fun. Who is ready for some life hacks? We have all of this fun stuff to give away. It's colorful, cozy. Really, we just like to get to know our customers. Never look a horse in the Cheez-It. Welcome back. So like I said, we have a fun show for you today. We are going to do some yoga and a DIY and of course some giveaways. But before we start doing all that fun stuff, we want to see who's joining us this morning. We have Christina says, morning everyone from Portland. Anna's joining us from Connecticut. Tiffany's joining us from South Carolina. We have Brittany who says good morning from Kansas. Olivia's joining us from New Hampshire. Debbie is joining us from rainy Chicago. Time to get bendy and twisty. That's right, Debbie. We have Diane who's joining us from New Jersey. Sandy from Vermont. Katrina, finally catching alive, is joining us from Seattle. Katrina, we're happy to have you. Deb says good morning from Rainy Lake, Texoma.
I'm impressed. I just can't see the screen well enough that I would agree.
Where's Lake Texoma? Well, you are older than me.
I
am. Let's see. Donna's joining us from Indiana. We have Megan from Minnesota. Good morning from super snowy Minnesota. It's not that time of the year yet, is it? Ugh.
It felt like it this morning here.
Do you ever when your clothes are transitioning to the seasons? So this morning I was like, oh, what do I want to wear? And I pulled this shirt and I was like, that's kind of fallish. With my black, and then I was like, Retha, we're like almost to the end of October. It's probably appropriate to wear something fall. Mentally, I hadn't transitioned there yet. It's fine. Let's just give a couple more shout outs. Kelsey, good morning from San Diego. Probably not snowing there. And Avanar, good morning. Retha and Amanda from Orlando. Let's do some yoga. And just a lot of other people who are joining us. Thanks for joining. And Allie, who do we have joining us on? The skeleton doesn't look thrilled to be doing yoga. I think
it looks exactly thrilled.
Oh wait, oh yeah. I think that scared or thrilled. I don't know.
Could go either way.
Allie, who's joining us on Instagram this morning?
We have Stormy Starry Sky says good morning from Bakersfield, California. Whiskey Last One says hi from South Carolina. Leilani Faith says good morning.
Leilani, I love that name.
That's pretty. Jen Claire Jolly says hi from Lafayette. Is that how you say it? I don't know.
I think so.
I feel like that sounds familiar.
I don't really know. Juanita says good morning. Mitch Morente says hi from the Philippines. Mom of Boys says good morning, beautiful sisters.
That's sweet.
And then everybody else is just kind of saying hi, Amanda.
Hi.
Good morning. Thanks for joining, everyone. We are going to now do a PT Friends. So for those who have been able to join some of the lives within the last couple of months, we have started our PT Friends again. And what that means is if you want to tell us something about yourself, you can send us an email. I'll give you all the information later, and then we will share what you sent us, and you'll win something. We give you something. So we just love to learn about our customers, love to have that connection, so we love to do the PT Friends. So our PT Friends this morning is from Kristen F. Kristen says, hi, Plant Therapy. We love PT, and my 8-year-old my 8-year-old especially loves helping me with the DIYs. Here's a picture of him helping me make the foaming hand soap. Am I taking this out too? Oh, no.
That's just the weight.
Okay.
1542.
Foaming hand soap for our bathroom.
Thank you.
He even knows how to pick the kid-safe oils for him and his little brother.
Look at that.
Oh, cute.
He is making some foaming hand soap. Where do you want me, Danny?
You're doing great. Let me see if I can zoom in.
Okay. Danny's going to get a zoom in, and then we'll show Instagram in just a second. So this is Kristen's 8-year-old son who's helping make this foaming hand soap with kid-safe oils, it sounds like. That's fun. Can they see it?
Yes.
Look how cute that is. Foaming hand soap. That looks like even one of Plant Therapy's old foaming hand pumps too. Oh, I wish I knew what oil that was. It does have a white cap, which means it's one of the kid-safe blends. That's pretty awesome. Yep, that's going to go right here. Thank you, Kristen. We are going to send you $15 credit to planttherapy.com. Caitlin will just get that added to your account.
Yep.
Awesome. Thanks. Okay, so for those of you who want a chance to win something on the live, email ptfriends@planttherapy.com. Right, Danny? Email ptfriends@planttherapy.com. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Share a plant therapy story. Tell us your favorite products, really whatever it is. We just love learning about our customers. We love seeing how you use our products. So send an email to ptfriends@planttherapy.com for a chance to be featured on the live and also to win something. Awesome. Yay. Okay, so now we have some fun yoga with Amanda. Amanda is an actual yoga teacher. Like has a certificate or something. I don't know how it works. I know she does a lot of training though. She's currently in training to extend her certification. Yes. Or whatever.
I have a 200-hour Yoga Alliance teacher.
That you're doing right now?
No, that I have already. And I'm in the process of getting my 300 hours through the Yoga Alliance. Yes.
There you go. All I know is we'll have like some family thing going on Saturday. Amanda's like, sorry, I can't come. I have my yoga training.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what I know. So Amanda has been on a few lives before. She's done lots of different yogings. She's done lots of different yoga trainings, some more intense ones, some slower ones, easier ones, and all of those are saved on our YouTube, on our Facebook Lives. A kids one, yeah, that was really fun. So you can go and check out those anytime that you want to do some yoga. There's a few of those saved. But today we wanted to do something a little bit different because life is stressful, but it's also very busy. And a lot of people don't have 60 minutes, 90 minutes to go to a yoga class or sit there and watch a yoga video and participate in this long yoga event. But we're stressful, and I think a lot of us want just like that peace that can often come from just like sitting with yourself and doing, moving your body and appreciating your body. So we've asked Amanda to prepare just some short yoga moves, opportunities. I don't know.
Like a routine.
Yeah, a short yoga routine for different parts of our lives. So the first one that I, 1 minute before the live started, asked Amanda is I said, work's really busy. It's really crazy. Sometimes I always am eating at my desk. Sometimes it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon for lunch. And so is there something that I can do, just take 5 minutes during my day at work and just do some yoga moves that can help just calm me down, help, calm my mind down, get refocused again. So that's the first one. It's something that I can do during the day really quick when I'm feeling extra stress, whether that's at work, whether that's at home, just a quick 5 minutes worth of yoga during the day when I'm feeling maybe overwhelmed and just need to take a minute for myself. So that's what we're going to do right now.
Okay. Danny, are you going to join us?
Yeah, I will.
Danny's
because
gonna join
Danny's
us.
stressed sometimes too.
I'm always stressed. I actually wanted this more than Retha did.
Okay, well, thanks for having me. When I am thinking of yoga, why do we love yoga? Why do we do yoga? Why, when we do yoga, do we feel like it made a difference? And it always comes back to the fact that we are connecting with our breath. So you could, in fact, without moving, still gain a lot of the same benefits that you do when you do yoga. But the movement and the breath just adds a level. So we're going to do the movement, but I would suggest, whether it's this one that we're doing now, which is I'm at work, it's in the middle of the day, and I just need 5 minutes to just ground myself, regulate my breath, let go of some stresses, take a second to be in the present moment, because we're never in the present moment. Whether it's that, or whether it's, we talked about maybe we do some chair yoga, so yoga that you might be able to do at your desk, whether it's bedtime and you want a few poses to get into that are going to help relax you, you want to start with breathing. That's going to be the most important thing that is going to help you gain something positive from doing yoga is going to start with your breath. So you can sit any way you want, and that's the beauty of all of it, is there's no like right or wrong. It's not like, oh, she's doing it right and he's doing it wrong. It's never like that. It's like, what's feeling good in my body right now, and that's exactly what you should be doing.
I should mention too that Danny and I are in full work attire, right?
Yeah.
We have like our jeans on. We're not in yoga pants, like. And Danny was like, "Are you doing yoga? Why aren't?" And I was like, "If this is middle of the day, I want to wear what I'm wearing in the middle of the day." So keep that in mind, that these things I'm going to show you how well they can be done in jeans.
Yeah, without changing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I apologize in advance if my pants split.
Just keep your backside to the wall.
Yeah, if you guys see me kind of.
Oh, Danny.
Okay.
That's why.
So any comfortable way of sitting, whether you're on a chair or you're sitting on the ground, you can sit like all three of us are sitting. If it's more comfortable, you can come onto your feet with your knees bent.
Do you think I should grab that chair?
We're going to pull the chair in a minute, but you
Okay.
can.
Nope, I'll wait.
You can just have your legs extended in front of you. What's important in the first parts of yoga is that you just get comfortable. You want to get comfortable. That way you can find stillness. So when you're not comfortable, you're going to be wiggling and trying to get comfortable.
Now, I have a problem with getting too comfortable. Can you get too comfortable
Yeah.
in yoga?
Well,
I
I'm
think people
going
fall
to,
asleep a lot in yoga.
sure. But in this yoga we're doing today, you're not going to be able to get too comfortable.
Okay.
So once you become comfortable in your body, then I'm going to give you cues to help make you alert so that you're present.
Perfect.
So first you're comfortable. And then in whichever way you're sitting, you just want to lengthen your spine. So as we're seated here, I would just maybe wiggle back and forth, beginning to like become aware of my sit bones. So I find that connection, that grounding with the earth. So maybe you're even standing. You could be standing and your feet would be where you would become conscious. So I'm conscious in whatever is touching the earth first. And then I begin to lengthen my spine. So I like to imagine and instruct, this is a good visual for people, if someone has tied a string to the top of your head and they're pulling it. So you're not lifting your chin and you're not tucking your chin, but the top of your head is just lengthening upward. So you've got an active spine. And with that, a natural instinct is going to be to engage the core slightly. So as you're lengthening the crown of the head, you'll notice that your core just begins to engage. And so becoming conscious in that for a moment, making sure your core is in fact engaging, meaning pulling the belly button towards your spine. So you're sitting straight and tall, and then it might help even to lift the shoulders and then drop them down the back just to open up the heart a little bit. So see, Danny, we're really active in our body without...
Yeah, like...
But still sitting comfortably. And then I recommend that you either close your eyes if that feels comfortable. And if it's uncomfortable for you to close the eyes, that you just soften your gaze and take it just slightly down in front of you onto your mat so that you let go of the distraction of sight. So we're trying to move more fully into our bodies, and if we take sight away, that's just one less thing that is going to distract us from being in the present in our body on our mats. So we have come into this pose to start, and because we're doing a quick, like this would be in the middle of the day, and it wouldn't take you guys this long to get into this position, but because I'm giving cues, it's taking longer. But once you find this, you would begin to breathe. And I would say to try to start with 4 breaths. So letting go of thoughts of anything else other than your breath. Just begin to breathe in through the nose. And as you're breathing in with consciousness with that breath, follow it. So it's going to come in through the nostrils. It's going to come down and into your lungs. Keep following it with your mind. Your lungs are going to expand. You're feeling that. Your ribs are separating slightly. And then even try further to bring it down into the belly. So conscious with the breath as you bring it in through the nose all the way down, thinking about that same breath. So it's a deep, long breath. And then when it's time to exhale, you can either exhale through the nose or the mouth. And same thing, follow the breath from the belly all the way out. So we're slow and conscious, being with the breath and not thinking about anything else other than that breath. So I would recommend that you do that 4 times at the beginning. And just noticing what's happening in your body as you breathe. Just noticing and trying not to have that judgment piece. Like, am I doing it right? Am I doing it wrong? Am I supposed to be doing this? Is this what my lungs are supposed to be doing? Oh, I don't feel like I can get it very much. Like, let go of all of that and just be with your breath. Whatever your breath is doing, as you consciously bring it in through your nose and fill your lungs, it's not right or wrong. It should be different. It's just what it is. I'm breathing. So bringing in the breath and exhaling. Doing that 4 times. I'm guessing you guys have had 4 times because I talked a lot. Okay. Great. So we've had that breath, and then it always helps me in my own practice. Sorry, I keep touching my mic. To just quickly then set an intention. So as Retha was saying, she's doing this at work. This is what we're doing right now. So why is Retha doing this at work today? And that would probably be her intention. So whatever it is, my intention is to relieve stress. My intention is to feel my body, right? Like, how often are we feeling our bodies? We so much in our minds that sometimes we don't even like feel what it feels like to be in the body. So maybe that's an intention. I want to feel my body for 5 minutes, whatever it is. Or no intention is fine also. But if you like to have a purpose for this moment of when you're practicing this 5-minute yoga, set an intention. With the breath, you finish your breath, set your intention, and then you would softly let the eyes open, coming back into your space. And if you are so this first one, we are going to be like on our hands and knees.
Sure.
Maybe that's something.
I would be willing to do that at work.
Okay. So,
Chris and Paul in the office with me, they might be looking at me like I'm a strange person.
Chris is married to me. He'll be fine. So just coming on to your hands and knees in a tabletop and moving through a few cat and cows. So spread the fingers wide. If we've only got 5 minutes, we want to really try to be present in our body. So when you put your hands down, put them down consciously. Spread the fingers wide. Be in your hands. Then be in your feet, noticing your feet on the mat. Engage your core. Lengthen the spine. Again, always lengthening the spine. The crown of the head is reaching forward. And then we inhale as we drop our belly, lifting the tailbone and taking our gaze up slightly. With the exhale, we round through the spine, press away from the mat, feel your shoulders separate, tuck the tailbone, bring the chin into chest. So the most important thing that we're doing here is connecting our breath and our movement. This is a main reason why yoga helps us be less stress, why yoga helps with our anxiety, and why yoga helps us just feel better. When we're done, we just feel better. Why do we feel better? It's because we're breathing and moving at the same time. So we have an inhale, belly drops, and an exhale, we round through the spine. And I would do, 2 to 4 sets of that. There's no exactness here. We're just moving in our bodies. What feels good? If you do 2 and you're like, okay, that feels nice and I'm ready to move on, then we're going to move on. So taking the hands slightly forward on your mat, tuck your toes, and press up into downward facing dog. So downward facing dog is a really good full body yoga pose. We start to feel the backs of our legs are beginning to stretch. Pedaling out the feet will feel good. Spread the fingers wide again, becoming conscious in your hands. Press away from the mat, lifting the tailbone towards the ceiling. Straight spine, and then let your head be heavy. Just relax the neck, let go of your head, and come back to your breath. So taking an inhale through the nose, and an exhale through the mouth. Inhale, lengthening the tailbone, and as you exhale, press the chest a little bit closer to your thighs, deepening the stretch. So the breath is always what we're going to come back to as we are in these yoga poses. From downward facing dog, we're going to gaze up towards our hands, bend our knees, and then just slowly walk the feet up to meet the hands. Staying here in a forward fold. Now this might be a place where you would start. So you guys stay in a forward fold, and I'm going to stand up for just a second. If you were at work and you couldn't be on your hands and knees, you couldn't have started sitting on the mat, you're going to start in mountain pose, you're going to start standing. And so instead of going into tabletop, cat and cows, downward facing dog, if you started standing, you're just going to fold forward and come into this position, because a forward fold is going to be a really good pose to start in as well. So I would spread the feet a little bit more, Retha. Taking the feet about hip width apart, and then the knees are soft, so you just relax through the legs. Let go of the head, let it hang heavy, neck is relaxed. And then the hands can just be heavy on your mat, or you can grab your opposite elbows and sway back and forth in ragdoll. Just allowing your body to let go. All of the muscles in the spine are going to be relaxed. We're lengthening the spine. And again, we're going to come back to our breath. So inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth, relaxing the spine. And again, there's no right or wrong amount of time to stay here. Just stay here until you feel like you've got what you've needed from this pose. And then you're going to slowly begin to round up to standing, just one vertebrae at a time, until you come all the way up to standing. Bringing the feet together, we're going to move into mountain pose from here. This is another grounding pose. So we first start with our feet, maybe lift the toes, placing them back down, really becoming conscious in the feet. And then lift the shoulders, dropping them down the back, opening the heart again. Spread the fingers, palms facing forward. We're active in our hands. Now squeeze the thighs, lift the kneecaps, glutes squeeze, core engages. I like to close my eyes when I'm in mountain pose, so that's an option. I feel like I'm just able to become more present in my body when my eyes are closed, but a soft gaze in front of you would work as well. And then just coming back to the breath. Try to keep the engagement in the body, keep squeezing the thighs, keeping the core engaged, and begin to inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. So I would take a couple of breaths in mountain pose and then opening the eyes again. We're going to practice that connection of our breath and our movement again. So we inhale, take the arms up. Palms come together, gaze goes up with the hands, exhale, hands come to the heart. Take an inhale here and an exhale. Let the hands drop down again. We inhale, taking them up. Palms come together. Exhale, hands to the heart. Now this seems super simple. What are we doing? How is this benefiting us? Because we're connecting our breath and movement. So taking the hands back down, inhale the palms up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Last time. Inhale, taking the hands next to you and coming up. And then with the exhale, we're going to forward fold. Inhale this time, come into a half lift. The fingers come up the shins, lengthening the crown of the head, straight spine, pull the shoulder blades together. This is also a pose that we're active in. Soften the knees, exhale, forward fold. So you'll be noticing something that we continue to do as we fold, we exhale, as we lift, we inhale. So that's just a way to remember it when you're connecting your breath. Okay, we're gonna inhale, coming back all the way up. Those arms come up with the inhale, palms come together. With the exhale, the hands come to the heart. Now you could do that a few more times if you wanted to. Just inhaling those arms up, exhale, forward fold, inhale, half lift, exhale, forward fold, inhale, coming all the way up. If you're like, I need a little bit more energy, I need some movement, I need that breath connection, do that as many times as you want. We're here and we would move into tree pose. So tree pose is a great balancing pose. You can do it anywhere. And balancing is really, really good for our brains. So we want to move into tree pose, and anyone can do tree pose. You can be really old, you can be really young, you can be really fit, you can be really not fit. There's no everybody can do tree pose. So hands are at the heart. You place the weight into your left foot and then engage the left side of the body. So becoming present in the left side of the body. We want to open up the right hip. So placing the right heel onto the right ankle. This is an option. Also an option, Danny, why don't you walk over to the wall and just place one hand on the wall. Okay, so that's an option. If you want to have a wall nearby, if you feel more comfortable and if you're not steady, hang on to the wall for your tree pose. You can bring your right foot onto the inside of your calf or all the way up onto the inside of your thigh. Just careful not to place it onto the inside of your knee joint. So wherever you are in your tree, just keeping the left side of the body engaged, engage your core. Notice your breath And you're gonna wanna find something to look at you're gonna concentrate on one spot. The concentration, helping you focus, keeping the core engaged. We come back to the breath. Inhale the arms up. As you exhale, you gotta be creative in your tree. So sometimes people like to stay right here with their palms together. Sometimes people like to find movement. Maybe it's windy like Retha's tree is.
Ooh, it's blowing me over, it's so windy.
But you're trying to just find balance. Maybe you're trying to find a little creativity, a little connection to yourself, and always your breath. So when you're ready, you inhale those arms back up, and with the exhale, the hands come to the heart. Relaxing your right foot down. Switching to the other side, place the weight into your right foot, left heel, and sometimes on this side, it's gonna be different. Maybe on the other side, it felt really good to bring my foot into my thigh, but on this side, my leg feels tighter and my foot's on my calf today. And again, we find a point to focus on, helping us concentrate, our balance, our core is engaged, right side of the body is engaged, and we inhale the arms up. Coming back to the breath. The breath is the secret in yoga. And then finding your tree. What does your tree look like? What makes you feel like you today? And then inhale the arms back up, palms come together. With the exhale, hands come to the heart. Releasing your foot. And then we'll inhale the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. And then we're just gonna place our hands down on the mat, coming back onto our knees, crossing the feet, and sitting back. Coming back to however we started. If you started in standing, you would come back to mountain pose. If you started seated, you would come back to seated. And then you're gonna end the same way as you started. Because this is just a quick, short, I'm at work and I need something to ground me or to de-stress this moment. You come back, you find your connection to the earth, your sit bones, your feet, whatever it is, lengthen the spine, engage the core, open the heart, maybe the eyes close, or you just take a soft gaze, and you come back to your breath. So coming back, following the inhales, deep into the belly, following the exhales as they are slow and conscious. And also maybe noticing if it feels different in the body, like maybe your lungs have a little more capacity right now. Maybe you're able to fill them a little bit more, and that feels good because maybe in the beginning you couldn't feel like you could get very much air in. So sometimes things will change as we move through a little bit of yoga, and it just might feel different. So just noticing how the breath feels in the body as you take a few inhales and exhales. And that would be a quick at work.
Let's say, like, do you have to do all of those?
No.
Or could I just start here, go into the downward?
Cat and cow, downward.
And
sure.
then maybe just like do one of the standing or something.
I mean, you can do, even if you are just like, I have 30 seconds. Standing, inhale your arms up, exhale forward fold, inhale half lift, exhale forward fold, inhale your arms up, exhale forward fold, inhale half lift, exhale forward fold, inhale your arms up. You do that like 3 times, it is gonna feel different. You're going to feel different. Your breath and those, like just those few movements, you're getting the energy in your body moving, you're connecting to your breath. If you're doing that, you're thinking of that, which means you're not thinking of anything else.
Right.
So just for 30 seconds, I was in my body, I was present, I'm with my breath, I'm energized, huge difference. So yeah, you could, I mean, just breathe. Breathe as you move, and it's gonna make a difference no matter how long you do it.
Amanda and I were talking right before we started the show today, and we were talking about the brain and just the brain and how important it is in your body, and blood flow, like breathing.
Oxygen
Yeah.
brings more oxygen to the brain.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I don't realize how much I'm not really concentrating on breathing or anything while I'm working.
People hear you.
Oh, possibly. I don't know. I thought you were passing gas. I thought you were like.
Well, maybe this is just my excuse, Danny.
But yeah, that was just
Yeah,
how important that it is to get oxygen to your brain.
it is. Yes.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
a great thought. Because sometimes, I mean, especially at work, I'm so much into not myself. It's just like go, 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 go. That just like for a second, just like breathing and reminding my body that I exist.
That you're
and it's
part.
not this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a hard time just sitting still and not talking. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can ask
Stillness
coworkers.
is. It's really, really a profound.
Yeah, I
thing
didn't make
for
any
our
jokes while we were doing that. At all.
He just waited till the end.
Yeah.
It may not seem like a big deal, but it is.
Huge.
Kristen said suggestions for those of us some days that can't balance very well. So you had mentioned you could always
Yes.
use
Always
a wall
use
to
a wall
assist,
is great.
or just do ground. Like,
Yes, you can be right here, but even for some people that might be hard to balance, and that's okay. Hanging onto a wall while you're here, you can still bring your hand to the heart. You can still feel very centered. So yeah, absolutely. Always in every balancing pose in yoga, even if I'm doing a really tricky pose, I can come to the wall and I can hang on to it and I'm still gonna get benefits. You don't have to be, looking like the Instagram influencing yoga people. Nope. That doesn't make yoga more beneficial than what we just did, so.
And I know
Great.
all three of us look like that.
We
Instagram.
obviously, so we're really misleading here.
That actually, while we were doing yoga today, I was thinking about, in this room even, we've got somebody that's older. And I know I'm we've even have
have a
older
young
audience
person.
members. Yeah, all the way down to 16.
Yeah.
And
Hi,
yoga
Alexa.
benefits, I've noticed the benefits of yoga just from when you started teaching yoga to the
Yeah,
employees.
to-
I've noticed how much I love it
Good.
as I've gotten older.
Yeah.
Um,
And for people that are even older than Danny, I know he's really old, but there are people in the world, and probably some of our customers, who are older than Danny. And I teach an introduction class at the yoga studio I teach at. So I have a lot of people who they fit into the senior category. They get discounts at our studio because they're over the age of 65, who come into my yoga classes. And sometimes their feet are really tight. And like as we age, we don't even think of things like our feet becoming stiff. And so anyone can do it. Anyone can do it, and everyone does it. And
just take it slow. And like you
Yoga
mentioned
is for
earlier,
everyone.
like don't judge yourself as you're doing it. Like I should be here. Why can't I do that? Just do whatever you can do.
And just be exactly where
focus
you are.
Yeah.
This is where I am. This is exactly who I am, and it's exactly perfect.
Yeah.
Always.
That's what I really like about yoga, are all like those mantras and just like really, as well with the movement and just like reminding myself that I am my body, right? Like it's the same thing, because I think sometimes, like you said, we're in our mind so much that I think we forget like that when we move, we are actually like, it is our mind that's telling our bodies to move, right? We're in full control.
I remember.
Maybe not me.
When I first started yoga, and I remember a yoga teacher being like, notice how your feet feel. And I
You were
remember
like,
being
"Feet?"
like, have I ever thought about my feet? Have I ever felt my feet? Do I know what my feet, like, we don't, right?
No.
We're never in our bodies. We're never feeling our feet. I sometimes have to wiggle them to even be like sure that they're
Oh,
there.
they do exist.
Right? So
And same with
it's
your
huge.
fingers
Yeah.
sometimes, like especially at the end, when you, like at the end of yoga, we'll stay still or whatever for a while, and then it's like start to move again, and you move your fingers and you're like, whoa. Like it's always, every single time I'm like, hey, my fingers. I don't know. It's a thing. It's really cool. Yeah. And I love that. Okay. So we have some questions. And I think I really want to just show like really quickly before bedtime, because I think that that's for a lot of people. I know that a lot of our customers have started using essential oils because they needed help with sleep. And so I want Amanda to show us just a quick, like, laying down, probably with the breath, maybe some movements to like, get whatever out of your
And
body.
I see
whatever
someone
that
asked
looks
about
like.
hip joint I would say that like nighttime yoga is definitely going to be more in the hips.
Okay.
So I will show you some of those poses. Someone also asked what essential oils
Yeah,
I
a
diffuse.
lot of essential oils questions.
And I diffuse essential oils according to like how I'm feeling. I lean towards the chakra set because I'm a essential oils for dummies kind of a person. Like we should write that book. Because
we should let you write that book.
I need blends. I need them to tell me exactly the purpose of this because I'm not good at taking the time to know my oils and which purpose they serve. So I'm sorry for those of you that are smarter than me in that
But they're probably the
aspect.
ones that can figure it out, though.
Yeah. So mine will always be blends, and I do lean towards the chakra set just because I really enjoy connecting chakras when I'm doing oil. My heart chakra, my throat chakra, whatever I'm feeling like, that is what I'm focusing on. So.
Sort of like your intention. Like you're
like am
focusing on
I
that
trying to
area.
open my heart, feel more compassion? Do I feel in my throat chakra might feel like, I'm not being heard, or I'm not speaking my truth, or
or the grounded foundation.
The red chakra, feeling grounded, or there's the intuition. So just maybe your top chakra, which is a connection to higher power. So whatever it is, I lean towards chakras because I really enjoy them. But if that's not your thing, just depending on, are you doing it because you want energy? You would use an energy essential oil blend. If you're doing it at night because you want to relax, maybe tranquil or relax, or or all the great kid safe ones that we love.
Okay, so why don't you show us just some, just a couple things that we can do to help us fall asleep?
Okay, so I would start the same way we just did, but since we did, we won't do it again. But you would do that same, and I would recommend it seated. You could also be laying on your back but you might be more likely to fall asleep.
Or is it better to do like on the ground before you get into bed?
You would probably want to be on the ground. A hard surface is always safer when you're getting in yoga poses because it supports your joints than if you're in bed.
But are we standing up?
No, you're sitting.
Before bed?
No.
Okay.
No, we're going to be sitting
still, a
on
hard
the floor.
surface is going to support
just on your
joints more
carpet
than your
even
bed.
would be a hard floor more than the bed. So first you would close your eyes if you're comfortable, taking a soft gaze, finding your breath, doing those 4 breaths. Always would be the most important thing. Then I would come onto my hands again. And this time, just because we've been talking about all the people that might be doing yoga, I would tuck the toes, and then I would come and sit on my toes. And this hurts some people a lot, and other people, I could sit here for 10 minutes and it doesn't hurt my feet. Some people are like 15 seconds and they have to get out like, ouch, ouch, ouch. But the reason why this is a really good pose, and I recommend that people do this every day, so this would be a great one, like right before bed to calm down. You do this, is it killing you, Danny?
It's not as easy as like doing this.
So the reason why this is really a good yoga pose is we all need this because it keeps our feet flexible. And like I was saying, I've had some older people who have come to my class and their feet are really tight and they can't do this and their toes start to curl. And that is why elderly people sometimes start falling. They lose their balance and they're more likely to fall because they don't have that steadiness in their feet because their feet begin to become stiff. So if you do this pose every night before bed, you're going to have better, healthier feet as you age, which is really important. So in our toes, also when we're stretching, we're releasing things that are like stuck. Like if you do this and you've never done this before, there's energy that gets released, right? And stuck things that are in our body get released.
You can almost see it.
I know.
Yeah. So I like to, if I'm in this pose, I like to bring my my hands together, interlacing my fingers, pressing them away, and then I inhale, taking my arms up, and I might have a few breaths here. I always close my eyes.
You
guys
this would be really good in the morning
always
too.
see me. It would be really good in the morning.
Like a good.
You guys will always see me closing my eyes when I'm doing it. I like to close my eyes.
Oh, that's
and then maybe I'd take another inhale and I'd press up, and then as I exhale, letting the hands float down. And then coming out because it's killing Danny's feet.
No, that's good.
That
though.
was a good stretch for your arms too. Like I don't know if I've done that
I've
before.
noticed things that I couldn't do before you started teaching us yoga, and I don't do yoga.
Yeah,
every
I was
day.
gonna say we do yoga like twice a month if we're lucky here for the employees.
Yeah.
So Danny's not talking like he's doing it 3
I
days
don't
a
do
week.
this every day at all, but I can do things that I couldn't do before.
Nice.
Like this would have been really impossible, I think.
Yeah. And it might start out feeling impossible. Just stay there as long as you can.
Yeah,
And breathe through it. Breathe through it. It's okay to be uncomfortable. Uncomfortable is good.
But not in pain.
But not in pain. So come onto the hands, and it feels good to like slap the feet out after you've done that. Okay, so for the hips are where we're gonna move next, and I'm gonna show you 2 options here. So from tabletop, you can bring your right leg forward. You take your knee like to the outside of a mat, and then the left leg's gonna come straight. This is called pigeon. This is where we're gonna rip. So this is also something.
This is hard in jeans.
So this is a bedtime one. This is not a work one, right? So this is, you want to make sure that you're not like sitting on your right hip. The idea is to be like right between the hips. And I'll show you, if this is not accessible to you, then you would lie on your back. You bring your left leg up, right foot comes onto your left leg, and you're gonna just pull. So you're getting that same stretch through your right glute. And it just depends. It's pretty accessible for everyone to be able to lay on their back and bring in their leg like that, or pigeon here. And if you're here, it feels really good. Maybe you have a pillow in front of you or a blanket, and you're gonna just like fold forward and rest your head onto something. Maybe you're super flexible and you can rest your head all the way down onto the mat. Maybe you need a pillow or a blanket or something else to lean on. And then you, again, come back to your breath. So you're folded over. You're gonna try and relax. Like you wanna relax your shoulders, relax your muscles in your hands, like let those go. Relax the muscles in your jaw. Relax the muscles in your feet. Again, relax the muscles in your shoulders. You might start tensing your shoulders up, and then just doing that body scan of relaxing as you're in this pose. Once you've relaxed all of these muscles, begin to notice your breath. So maybe you don't focus on taking deep breaths, but here you just notice your breath. You're folded over, you've relaxed everything, and maybe even stay in this pose up to like 3 minutes if you can. Just breathing. Breathing through the sensation, breathing through the muscles that are starting to maybe scream at you in your hips. Always focusing back on the breath.
So I could probably get stuck in this position for the entire night, actually. So what if, and I can do it right now.
Yes.
Again, partly because we've been doing stuff like this for a while.
Yeah.
But when we first started, I couldn't. What's a good way to get to where I can do this?
What I just showed you.
On the
Your
back.
back.
Just
Yep,
on the back?
Yep.
Okay, so I'll do that again.
Yep.
And that's kind of what I remember us doing
Yeah.
when we first started.
So I'll turn to the side just so you can see it from this angle. On the other side, I'd bend my right leg, place my left foot onto my right knee, and then just pull. So again, in this same position, you can relax your forehead, relax your jaw, relax your shoulders, relax your feet. You probably can't relax your hands. Your hands. What's that? I know. It's fine. We're doing yoga. So then you would come back up and you'd switch to the other side. Always do both sides. So find that same resting spot. Try to relax the muscles through your body. Come back to your breath. Stay there for maybe 3 minutes. And then after that, I mean, there's a few more poses you could do, or you could just lay down into your Shavasana. I'm trying to think of what other, if you wanted a few more.
What's laying down in Shavasana?
Shavasana would be
Relax.
lying on your back. You just let the feet.
Oh, that's when you just.
It's the end of a yoga class usually.
That's my favorite
Before
yoga
they
pose.
tell you to wiggle your fingers.
Yeah,
You just into bed.
you
go to
could
bed and
just, and
Shavasana.
then just let it go.
Yeah, and then go to sleep.
Yeah.
Let it go.
When you wake up, you have to make sure you tingle your fingers like that.
Puppy pose might feel good as you're getting ready for bed. You just have your knees right underneath your hips, reach the arms forward, and melt the heart down. So that feels really nice in your shoulders. That's a good right before bed pose.
I don't know what she's doing. Like
Yep,
this.
Just like that, yep.
Okay.
Also a really good one would feel good right before bed to come onto your belly and extend your arms out
Hi.
like this. Yep. And then like lift one leg over the other leg so it's a nice shoulder stretch.
I feel like these are really good for the morning. Gosh, I just like, this morning when I woke up, I was just
I'm
like,
getting stuck on a tree. Okay.
all of this just like stretching in the
There you
morning.
go. That's a good bedtime one.
I like
I have a
it.
question of movement that is good for sciatica pain.
The one we just did, the pigeon, or the back one, both of those would be good for sciatic pain. And I am not sorry you guys, that's probably really
There's
loud.
a lot of heart stuff with yoga teachers.
I am not a physician, so I don't actually, personally, I've dealt with sciatic pain because I've had 4 babies and pregnancy is mean to my body. But that, what do they call that? The pose on the back. Figure 4, thank you. Amanda's brain.
You're welcome.
Figure 4 on your back is what I just showed you, or pigeon on the front. Both of those really good for your sciatic. Yeah. For mine, personally.
And cat and cows too, right? Did those help? I don't know. I know my wife does
Sure.
cat and cows
Yeah. Yeah.
To help.
to help with her back. She's got a lower back.
Lower back, yeah, for sure.
Okay, so the only other question that I've seen a lot of is what is something, so this, Melanie says, what would be a good trustworthy source for newbies? And someone else said, what specifically can they search? Like, what are searchable keywords?
Are we talking about yoga?
Yes, to get, to look at different positions, like for someone who wants poses, for someone who wants like energy, or maybe someone, do you have any?
So,
words of advice?
yes, there's a YouTuber called Yoga with Adrienne. She's really good. She's been on YouTube for years, a yoga instructor for years, but I really like her because she has such a variety. She has yoga for beginners all the way to, more advanced yoga. She has 10-minute yoga, or she has hour-minute yoga, like an hour-minute. She is a resource that I have used, Yoga with Adrienne on YouTube.
Okay.
But I would think that if you typed in just beginner yoga videos and you went to a YouTuber who had, a fair amount of feedback on their page, so you could tell that they were a legitimate YouTuber. I imagine that there's probably lots out there. I just know that Yoga for Adrienne is who I have personally used. So.
Great.
And I have to say, I grew up in Idaho with a country dad, a really tough guy. So yoga was not ever an exercise I saw in the home.
Mm-hmm.
But I really, you don't have to be, I don't know. Yoga is just really great. You got to do yoga.
Yeah, you don't have to have the typical maybe yoga body where you can bend into any shape or size. I'm not kidding. I can't do any of the tricks. I can't do any of the tricks. If you see tricks on Instagram, guaranteed I cannot do them. And I teach yoga. It just doesn't matter because that's not the important part of it, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and you don't have to be striving for to be able to do yoga for an hour every day for it to be beneficial to you. I don't do yoga every day.
Yeah.
But man,
striving to connect with your breath and be in your body.
Even those just starting out and aren't comfortable with the movements at all, just finding your breath and paying attention to that without judgment is probably a great way to start.
It's a great way to start.
And lots of people, a few people are saying that they know Adrienne.
Oh, yeah, she's great. Do you want me to share you a couple of chair yoga things, or are we out of time?
Well, we're way out of time.
Okay.
But would our customers like to see some chair yogas? And then we have an end of video giveaway, and for those so maybe I'll tell them, and those who want to leave can, and those who want to see a chair yoga can.
We didn't make that, though.
That's okay.
Okay.
We have a yoga
we'll post
DIY.
The recipe.
Yeah,
is the recipe online?
The recipe's online.
Okay.
It's our blog.
Yeah, so we can, I'm sure that you can email CS at Plant Therapy, or
go to the blog and search yoga mat.
Yep, you type in yoga. There's 2 things on our DIY downloads page.
Yeah, so we are going to make a yoga mat spray. Okay, and then Caitlin will also post it for you on social media. But for those of you who want to see a couple chair yoga moves, stay. But for everyone else, I'm going to tell you how to enter our end of video giveaway. Facebook and YouTube, you need to enter via the giveaway link, and the link can be found in the live comments as well as in the live description, which Caitlin posts. She adds that after the live is over. You'll have until midnight. Oh, it's already up. You have until midnight tonight to enter. And the giveaway question is, how are you celebrating the holidays this year? And we're going to give you one of the all bundled up holiday sets, which is all 6 holiday oils. And then Instagram, you can enter the giveaway via the Plant Therapy Insta stories. There will be one that says giveaway. Swipe up, it'll take you to the giveaway link. Again, you have until midnight tonight to enter. And let's choose 3 winners. And tell us, how are you celebrating the holidays this year? And each 3 winner will win the 6 oil all bundled up holiday set. So good luck to everyone.
And I did want to mention that the DIY that we were going to do today, we substituted the 4 oils that are in the regular DIY with Christmas tree.
Yes.
And if you do that, instead of doing the 4 different oils that are in the, I think it's a kumquat yoga spray,
Okay.
yoga mat spray, we used 35 to 70 drops of Christmas tree. And we talked to Emily, and she said that would work
Perfect.
just as well. And you just kind of, between 35 and 70 drops.
Awesome. Thanks, Danny. Okay, Amanda, let's do, for those of you that want the chair yoga, Amanda's going to finish this live off with a couple chair yoga moves.
Here, I'll get that for you.
Thanks, Danny.
You're welcome. And why don't we remove your mat?
You can put it right on the mat.
Just put it on the
Yeah,
mat. Okay.
that's great. Okay. So, just like we talked about before, you want to feel grounded even if you're on your chair. So sitting back here, I'm having a hard time feeling grounded because my feet don't really touch. So we're coming as far up as you need to, trying to get your legs in this shape so that your feet are right below your knees and that your feet can be flat on. And if you still couldn't touch the ground, maybe bring something, like you could grab a couple books, placing them under your feet because you want your feet to be finding the ground. So your feet flat, really engage through the feet, and then you're lengthening your spine. You do the same thing, closing your eyes, coming to your breath. Find your breath first. Become present, arrive, maybe set an intention. And then staying, once you've done all of that at the beginning, you just want to find some movement. So I'm not going to go through it all because it would take a long time. But what we like to do in yoga is to find these three ways of moving our body. And you could start all the way from the head down to the feet. So the 3 ways we want to move our body is bending them forward and backward. So I'll show you at the neck, and then side to side. And then we want to twist. So those are the 3 different ways, right? So we can do that with every joint in our body. So my waist, I could side to side, right? Or I'm bending it forward. Grabbing onto the chair, I can go into a back bend and then twisting. So see, from a chair, we can do all 3 ways of moving with each of our joints. Our wrists, forward and back. We can use our hands to help us, and then twisting. So we can do it with each of our joints, our shoulders. I'm trying to think. I mean, we are bringing our shoulders forward and back, up and down, and then again, we're twisting using the chair. So
Or you could just do this.
You could just do that. So that's what I would recommend if you're in a chair, is trying to just think through all the joints and see in which direction you can move them. But with each of these movements, making sure that you're breathing. So if I'm in chair and I want to do a twist, maybe I'll inhale my arms up, and then as I exhale, I'm going to twist. So you want to keep that breath and movement, even if you're just in a chair. Inhale up, exhale, twist. I'm inhale up, exhale, fold. With the legs, you can like inhale, straighten your leg, exhale, bend your leg. Inhale, straighten your leg. So it's really simple. You can do it sitting at your desk. Maybe the people around you won't even notice. They just might think you're stretching. But yeah, just focusing on your breath and yeah, moving your body, moving your joints.
I can't remember the quote. I read a quote one time that said something about when you do something, it gives.
Danny, can they hear you?
They can hear you.
Yeah, I'll
just
come
a
over
little
here.
Okay.
That they, when you do something, you're giving other people permission to do that thing.
Ah,
So like,
sure.
if you're doing yoga, it might give other people, or doing something that might be uncomfortable to do initially, it gives other people the opportunity to do it too.
Yeah.
I feel like you could even do like synchronized yoga. I imagine like walking into the office and everyone's like, okay, twist and breathe in. You know, like, how fun would that be?
It would be fun.
It would be fun.
Yeah, Allie was supposed to be on there today, and she got so nervous.
Okay, I think Instagram's going to be shutting off any minute
Probably here
because
soon.
we get 60 minutes and that's it.
I think there's
For
22
those of
minutes.
you who are saying like, oh, I wish I could watch this again, we do save all of our live videos on YouTube. I think Danny's moving the camera. We do save all of our videos on YouTube as well as on Facebook and Instagram now, actually. So all of our live videos are saved on all of our social media platforms. Well, not Twitter, but all the ones that we do the live on, it's saved. So you can always go back and watch any of the lives. And like I mentioned at the beginning, Amanda's done 3 other yoga. She did just like a regular 60, well, I don't think it was 60, I think it was a 50-minute yoga. She did like a slower, less intense yoga and then a kids yoga. And I'm probably butchering all of what those yogas are actually called.
It's fine.
Yeah, I was. But she's done 3 others, so you can go back and search those. And then this one for a lot of different, just quick little, you only have a couple of minutes and you want to, get back to yourself, feel grounded, whatever that might be, rest at night. Some quick ideas to help you get through that. And that's it. I think. Thanks for joining. Go check out that yoga spray mat if you're interested in it. Just go to the blog, search yoga, and there's a couple yoga DIYs on there. We'll be back Monday at 9:30 a.m. Mountain Time. We are launching a new-ish product. So come back and join us on Monday at 9:30 a.m. Mountain Time. Make sure to go enter that giveaway to win the new all bundled up holiday set. Have an amazing weekend. Thanks, Amanda, for joining.
Thank you.
And we'll see everyone on Monday. Bye. Oh, that hurt my knee.